When you see an admonition like remember, does it make you think that the people aren't remembering and they should start remembering? I came across this morning in Hebrews 13:3, and in most translations it simply translates the imperative as remember. ESV, NRSV, CSB, and the Net Bible. Here's the problem. When the author says to his church, remember those who are in prison, does that sound like they are not remembering them and they should remember them? Remember, in those days, if you were a prisoner, you were responsible for your own upkeep. And so it was really important that your family and your church remember you. And when I see this, what I hear is you're not doing it and you should. And that's why the NIV says continue to remember. They want to get away from that idea that the church wasn't remembering. Now, a little bit of background of this. It used to be taught that when you had a present imperative, it means keep doing what you're doing. And if it's an aorist imperative, it's don't even start. Well, now, fortunately, that misunderstanding of the imperative has gone away. And so the NIV is not, hooking into that old definition of the imperative because it's a present. I think what they're trying to say is we don't want to suggest that the church that the author is writing to wasn't remembering, and that he's in fact calling them to continue to remember. Come to think of it, there could also be another reason why the NIV went with continue to remember, and that is that the imperative is a present imperative, right? So it's commanding an ongoing action. And if you simply say remember, it could be misunderstood to be, in point to time, I forgot that. I need to remember that. But that's not what's going on. Paul wants them to continue to remember day in and day out those who are in prison. And the continue helps to bring the force of a present imperative across as well. So hard to pick just the right word in translations. And by the way, also, if you just go back a couple of verses, it's really interesting. The Greek is the brotherly love, let it remain. And so you see things like brotherly love must continue, let brotherly love continue. The NRSV says let mutual love continue. What's the problem with that? Well, the problem is that it doesn't sound exclusive to Christians, but that's exactly what the author is saying. To your brothers and sisters, remember to love them as brothers and sisters, which is why the NIV says, keep on loving one another as brothers and sisters. So when you say just mutual, you don't know that it's talking Christian to Christian. You have to bring the brotherly part of this word out one way or the other.